This podcast is brought to you by Gamefly.com.
Greetings, cocksuckers out there in podcast land. Got Joey Diaz.
Felicia Michaels.
What's happening, beautiful Felicia? How's it going, my love?
Oh, it's going really good, Joey.
It's fucking hot again,
It's
huh?
so
You see that
fucking
shit?
hot again, yeah.
It cooled off for like a week and a half, and it's cold at night.
Uh-huh.
I mean, at night, I fucking put the air on at night, and I'm freezing in there. I've been sleeping with a t-shirt lately. But it's been fucking hot the last 2 days, with the peak being tomorrow. It's supposed to be 100 today. I'm not a weatherman. I don't give a fuck. But, we got air conditioning, so fuck it. But
Do you sleep in your underwear? Are you that guy?
Nah. Sometimes I sleep in undies. Sometimes I sleep in sweats with a t-shirt on.
Yeah.
Sometimes I sleep with no shirt on. Let the fucking cold air. I need for it to be cold, man.
Uh-huh.
Real fucking cold. And it's been cold lately. Like the last week, there was 2 nights I didn't even put the air on. Just the upper fans and the side fan next to me, and I was freezing in that bed.
I bet you like it super cold in your bedroom, right?
Super cold.
Yeah.
I like it to the point where I gotta get up. If I have to pee, I'm like, I'll just pee in the fucking bed. I'm not gonna walk around. It's too cold out there.
It'll
Fuck
freeze
that
up.
shit. Oh my god.
Then I'll put a blanket over the spot.
Oh my god, it gets cold. But that's the only way I sleep tight. Like when I get 8 hours in, it's because it was cold in that room. Or I
Yeah.
ate like a pot cookie. Like yesterday, I ate the brownie and the lollipop.
Do you have a big bed? Or do
Yeah.
Would you have a king-size bed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just got a new bed and stuff, so
Yeah.
there's room in there and I can spread out. My wife hasn't been sleeping with me because she's pregnant. I knee her in the stomach. so she goes up and she just falls asleep on the fucking couch now.
That is some aggression right there,
'Cause
Diaz.
I would throw one of those Anderson silver knees right in the belly and fucking knock out the baby and everything. So she said, finally, fuck. I like sleeping. A lot of, I didn't sleep for a long time. My mother never raised me with naps. But when I fucking sleep, I sleep.
Yeah.
I like it. I like to sleep and wake up and not know where the fuck you are. You ever had that?
Oh, yeah.
You wake up in a hotel room on a Sunday, you get the wake up call, and you don't know where the fuck
Yeah.
you're at. You gotta sit around for 5 minutes like, holy shit, do I have a show tonight? What am I
Where
doing?
am I?
Turn the shower on.
I saw that artwork in 3 other hotels.
Yeah, you wash your pussy and you're
Yeah.
like, wow, okay. The car's coming in 30 minutes. I gotta get the fuck out of here. You forget sometimes.
Yeah.
That's when you gotta check if you still have your liver or your kidney.
Oh, that's if you're in Vegas and you're around Filipinos, If you're around Filipinos. Years ago, they were taking your kidneys in Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
You'd meet fucking,
Urban legends.
Yeah,
they
you
think.
meet. No, well, they even did it. Listen, when they do a Law and Order about it, it's real. Okay.
That makes
Law
it
and Order
real.
had an episode where some
Yeah,
chick, some
experts.
dude woke up in a fucking tub with ice and a note that said, "Dial 911. We took your kidney."
Wow.
So you would get drugged, they'd suck your dick, or you thought so, and then once you pass out, fucking Russians will come in and slice your kidney out and sell it in the black
Man,
market.
how do you
that's
suck
nice.
someone's cock knowing that you're about to steal their kidney?
Can you
That
imagine
is
that?
fucking commitment to crime.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
You're like, fuck it, I might as well
desperation.
swallow this
Sucks.
load because
That's
I'm going
chick
for the
crime.
kidney.
You guys better fucking watch out. That's chick
That's
crime.
evil chick
Well, at least they left
Yeah.
a courtesy note. Like in the Philippines, they don't even leave a courtesy
They don't
note.
even leave a
No.
curve.
They just
and
do
they'll put
it.
and they'll put a glass of
It's not
water
even
a
a
mile
doctor, it's probably
away.
a nurse doing it too. It's not even.
They put a glass of water a mile away, so you gotta hop over there with no fucking kidney,
Yeah.
with the tube
Wow.
draining like a motherfucker in there. So it's tough, man.
I think if you travel, you should probably get one of those GPS devices in your organs. You know what I
Somebody
mean?
Low jack.
Low jack.
Yeah.
That's probably going to be the next fucking thing. It's crazy because you ever watch anybody remember there used to be a show, and I just talked about it on HBO, and it was called Dr. Biden, where he used to break down crimes. Like if you
Oh, I
fucking,
think I saw this.
it's not
yeah.
homicide, it's something else. If they call Dr. Biden in, you're done. Like if you're in a case and they contacted Dr. Biden, you're fucking done. And the best thing he ever did was they found a girl, her torso off the coast of Jersey.
Wow.
And they took the torso with no head, no arms. And by the fucking tits, the fake tits she had, they had a number on it.
Oh yeah,
And what
serial
she
number.
had in her stomach, they found these clams that you could only get at like 3 different restaurants. So they went to the restaurant, got the security cameras,
Yeah.
fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
But the point being that they found her because of her fake tits. She had like
Right.
They have, yeah,
the
serial
dial has
number.
numbers on
Yes,
each of them.
yes, serial numbers.
Serial numbers. So it's amazing that maybe 10 years from now, if they're taking kidneys when you're born, they'll just take your kidney out, put a number on it, and put it back in. Everybody will be walking around with scars and shit, like cesarean scars in their back. You never fucking know.
You never
Felicia.
know.
You never fucking know where we're going now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then that's how you could tag them that way, and then you could, those are my tits.
Yeah, those are my foot.
I wonder if when they do like kidney transplants and they put the kidneys in the people or the hearts or whatever, if they put some kind of identifier on
A
that.
tag or something.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
Oh yeah. Now if
yeah.
they're going in, yeah. They have like an expiration date for the heart. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, they have a bunch of shit when they give you the heart. They're like, listen, do everything you can by 2016.
There's no warranty.
You want to pay for the warranty?
You want to pay for
What
the
kind of
warranty.
tag would it be? Like what is it when they branded cattle? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Put
6
it
months
in.
left, dog. Get it all over for you.
I don't
That's
know.
amazing being on a list and waiting
Oh, I'm sure it
for a
must
kidney
be.
and sitting at home waiting for
Yeah.
somebody to die in a car accident.
Yeah.
Because that's what you're wishing for. You're at home going, fuck, when am I going to get my kidney? That 405 better not have traffic on it today. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're watching the 405 on KTLA. Like, crash.
It's kind of twisted.
Crash. And every time there's a crash, you're on the phone with the hospital. Get over there.
Yeah.
There's a fucking accident. Go see what's cracking over there on the 405. That's fucked up. In studio, my man, fucking the best, Edwin San Juan,
What's up?
in the house.
Filipino dragon.
I hear you. We got my man Derek from fucking Twisted Sister, paintedvisions.com, visiting us, making us an appearance. What's going on, Edwin San Juan?
Oh man, life is good. I'm doing what I want to do, taking care of my mama, or she's taking care of me still. One of the way or the
You
other.
still live at home and you don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
You live at home?
Yeah, that's kind of 43. You know, live at home.
So have you always lived at home?
I moved out for like a couple years and I lived with Jeff Garcia, and then I was like, "Fuck this, I'm going back home."
Yeah, he seen those dishes and smoked those socks. It's tough, man. If
Yeah.
my
Jeff
mom
don't
was
do
still alive,
laundry.
I think I live at home.
Yeah.
Fuck it, give it 35 a week, get laundry, meals, you gotta drive to get a hair done once a week. I ain't fucking bad. My buddy still lives at home.
And you
He's
and you bring
49.
women home, right? It's
No, I
No?
don't. It's like La Quinta, or I got Miles. I don't feel that bad though, because my brother's 45 and he still lives there too. So
Oh, your brother lives
he's-
there too.
Yeah, he's the fucking loser, not me.
Wow.
When he moves out, then I'll be like, "Oh man, I get the big bedroom now."
Wow.
But it's crazy. It's cool. She's getting old, so it's good that I'm at home with her. You know
Yeah,
what I
now
mean?
it's good. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
do a lot of things with her during the week.
Yeah, I take her to church. And
You do?
give her medication.
Yeah.
Check her. She's got diabetes. I got to give her shots 2 times a day.
You take her to
It's like
church
I'm a
every
nurse.
day?
I wanted to be a comedian, so I want to be a nurse, and like I'm really a nurse now.
You take her to church every day?
Yeah, she goes to daily mass.
How about that for you?
Wow.
That's a real Filipino
Yeah.
right there.
Oh
That's
yeah,
amazing.
you know what I'm saying? It's not because I'm a good guy. It's just the guilt.
Really?
The guilt.
It's like I can't do it. My mom's like, I need a fucking ride. No, I'm playing.
It's crazy.
She's so sweet. She don't cuss.
It's very interesting. We've had conversations about the Philippines before, and you enlightened me. I didn't know shit.
Right.
I just thought it was a new breed of fucking Asian. And you told me, yeah, I didn't know. When I was a kid, it was Chinese.
And he's not
and
lying,
there was
you
a couple
guys.
Japanese and a couple Koreans
Koreans.
popped up. In those days, Koreans were in the Bronx teaching Taekwondo. They weren't even allowed into Manhattan. Nobody
Right.
knew what the Korean was. Till, John Rhee came up. John Rhee was a martial arts guy that did a couple movies with Bruce Lee.
Right.
And he gave the Koreans life, but nobody fucking really knew. I
Yeah,
was-
just the 3 main ones: Chinese, Japanese, Korean. Right.
Right, and then came the Filipinos, but you were telling me like you guys got conquered, and they were
Yeah.
conquered by a bunch of people, but the Latins, Spanish people conquered them.
Yep.
And that's why all your fucking last names are all Spanish and shit.
Yep.
It's funny because I
Exactly.
have a friend called G. San Jose,
Oh, okay.
and you're E. San Juan. So last time there was a UFC, I called Joe Rogan and said, my friend wants to go. Can you leave him 2 tickets? He goes, what's his name? And I go, G.
San Jose.
San Jose. I said, no, G. San Juan.
Oh, okay.
And when he got to the fights, he called me up and there's no fucking tickets that won for G. San Juan. He knows who you are. We
Okay.
all laughed about it.
Oh, that's
It's
hilarious.
so weird. I told him G. San Juan. It was G. San Jose. You motherfuckers, even your last name's a Christian. Catholic name. San Jose, San
Yeah.
Juan.
Yeah, it's that Spanish influence, man. They were colonizing, right? They got us before they did Mexicans. I mean, we're the original Mexicans. Because it was years before, right? They were in Asia, so they went all the way around the world.
So what year did they conquer Philippines? 1600?
Yeah, for 300 years.
For 300?
333 to be
The,
exact.
the Spaniards conquered
Spaniard.
the
Philippines.
big motherfuckers.
And then a
These
lot of the stuff is
cocksuckers.
amazing, like the wardrobe of the Philippines, their cultural wardrobe. It's this thing called the, oh man, I can't remember the name of it right now, but it's see-through. And it's like, oh, why is it? You know, it's because it's hot, but it really is because the Spaniards were in control. They wanted to make sure the Filipinos didn't have any weapons. So their shirts that they made, which is our national shirt now, is see-through. And it's like, oh, wow. But I thought because it was hot in the Philippines, but it's like, and a lot of the dances that Philippines do is like a lot of it's martial arts, but they were disguising it as dances. So they would train, and it looked like they were dancing, but
It's
they were
not
really
called
doing.
capoeira. That's a Brazilian one.
They have Kali,
Kali,
Filipino
the Kali sticks
and
on
there's
it.
different forms of it, but it goes from sticks to knives to. It's crazy, man.
It's crazy because I studied Kempo, but it had the Philippine influence. He's black, the guy, but he lived in the Philippines. And he would say that he'd teach you how to do the move with a stick first. Then he teaches you how to do the same move with a knife. But at the end, it's a punch.
Right.
So it meant the same thing. He was just teaching you ranges. It's fucking pretty cool, this shit. That's how they teach the martial arts.
Stick, knife,
and then they
fist,
went to
yeah.
Hawaii. And Kempo and all, Kaja Kempo is a fucking, it's a martial art that they created to beat up American soldiers, the Navy. Because the Filipinos are small guys. The Japanese are small. They're
Right.
small in Hawaii. So they had to devise a system. And the system is fucking amazing. You know, it's Kaja Kempo, but it's like they have all different dialects of it. And when they teach it, they teach it at different levels. So for the Filipinos to figure that out, that's bad to the fucking bone.
It's amazing how things are invented because out of necessity. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, wow. Like I learned about my culture, like the Colt 45, the gun, was invented to stop for short range stopping power, to stop Filipinos. Like when they were in Spain, they were like, they had their castles and Filipinos were catapulting themselves over the knives and swords. And they had guns that were rifles at long range, so they were shooting them, picking them off, you know, but eventually they were getting across and over, so they needed something with short range stopping power. So the Colt 45 was invented.
You motherfuckers are natural warriors.
Wow, but that's crazy, right?
Yeah,
That
it's
gun was
pretty
invented
crazy,
to stop
yeah.
like
Yeah.
close range distance.
That's amazing. They made a gun to stop the Filipino. How fucking racist is
That's
that?
why I want to make a movie called Lapo Lapo.
I'll
It's
never buy a
Filipino.
45 ever again.
Braveheart.
Fuck those racist motherfuckers.
Filipino braveheart.
Yeah, right. Dun 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 dun.
When'd you get into comedy? How old were you?
Oh man, I started late, man. I was like 26,
When did I
27.
meet you?
Must have been maybe like 97,
God damn.
98. Was it? Yeah.
God damn, I know you were just a baby too, huh? I
Uncle
was never a
Joey,
baby.
man. That's Uncle Joey.
Yeah, I was never a fucking baby. You were amazing. And you traveled with Gabriel,
Yeah.
which is really cool. We did, we did
Payaso,
Payaso
yeah,
together,
yeah.
and we did a Gabriel show together.
Stand Up Revolution.
And Stand Up Revolution.
He's on the second season now.
You did the second season also?
No, but I did the cartoon on it. He's got a
Okay.
cartoon on there. So I got a Filipino character on Comedy Central. I think that's pretty cool. I don't think it's ever been a Filipino cartoon character.
How
Ever.
Was it working?
Yeah, on Comedy Central. Like, what?
How was it working with Gabe on the road?
Man, that guy is so generous and he's like so cool. You know what I mean? He's just doing it. He's showing us by example how he's supposed to do it, you know? And he's hooking up the homies and he's still taking other guys on tour, rotating them. Like I think G. Riley went on, Gene Pompa, Ty Rivera. He's kind of like, he's got his main guys, but then he rotates, you know, a couple comics here and there. Because a lot of us will go through our whole career probably never experienced that, going on a tour bus and traveling around the world or the country. It's pretty amazing, right? You're performing like 4,000 people. Night after night, you go to sleep on the tour bus, wake up, and you're in the next town, and it's like, what? It's pretty amazing, huh? That was cool.
And we seen him. When I think of Gabriel, I still think of that casino off the 710.
Oh, yeah, the Bicycle Club.
Right?
Oh yeah,
That's what he used to book.
Yeah,
And
he's
they paid you $35 in a check.
yeah.
Like a week later, you got a check in the mail for $35 fucking dollars. You know how many times I went down there thinking about getting a grandma blow. And some games like, nah, we don't pay you. You got to go home and they mail you a check. That's how I think of Gabe. I still remember taking Gabe or Rudy to me and Gabe to Arizona, to Tucson, to the club,
Right.
Bugsy's.
Bugsy's. Yeah.
Where if you had a bug in your hand, they let you in the club for free. You got to see this fucking place. I
What's
think
that big guy's name who ran it?
Yeah, his neck was this thing, a ball of fat
Yeah.
on his fucking neck. You had to see this to believe.
Whoa.
The whole family was 6'6", easy 400 fucking pounds. The mother was tipping the scales at 380. You know, he showed up at the Comedy Store. Well, I haven't been up there in like 6 years.
Right.
But he showed up a few times. He got the surgery, that guy. This bar was fueled by whores and cocaine.
Yeah.
Wow.
Every time you went down there, if you didn't get your dick sucked, there was a problem.
Oh, as soon as they pick you up for the airport,
As
they
soon
go
as they
straight to the
pick
clip, strip club.
It was crazy. This was a town of recovering cocksuckers. And you came in on a Wednesday and broke them out of there. They would have to go into that meeting on Thursday. You're not going to believe what
that's
happened.
awesome.
I relapsed and sucked the Filipinos cock.
They force you to like touch
Yeah,
it. I'm like,
touch
no,
it.
I don't want to.
That's
It's like,
what they
touch
do.
it.
Gabriel
Making
lost
me
his
touch
fucking
boobs.
virginity with me on one of those trips.
Are you serious?
On the way back, we were talking about it. He's like, Joey, I gotta talk to you. Some chick fucked me last night. He was 19. He was a
Oh,
fucking
wow.
kid.
Wow.
No comment.
I remember falling asleep down. He was a little kid. I remember, and this hotel, Felicia, was horrendous. You could smell death. They had killed strippers at this hotel. The doors were locked. I remember
It was across the street from the strip club.
Yeah, it was fucking horrid. And I got booked in Tucson maybe 5 years ago, and I went to the same hotel, and they redid it.
Oh, wow.
Some Indians bought it. It's fucking gorgeous.
Some
It's got
Indians?
days. It smells like curry.
Smells
you know, like
fun.
that little fucking, it's got that curry wang to it. You
Yeah.
can smell sandals. But jokes aside, you should,
Curry wing.
you should,
It's the worst kind of
Oh,
wang.
that shit sticks into your clothes, so now you leave and you smell yourself an hour later, and you smell like a fucking Cub Scout. I mean, you can smell that shit
Yeah.
in your clothes like musky. But I had some fun with Gabe. Whenever I see Gabriel, he makes you happy.
Yeah.
You know, there's certain people that you see and you just get warm.
Well, it
Gabe
makes
is
me
one
feel
of-
like I ain't doing stuff because he's doing everything. You know what I mean? From specials, he's getting ready to do a special, and he's got his series out on Comedy Central, his cartoon. He's traveling around the world right now. He's it's like, what are you doing, Edwin? I'm like, shit, I'm nothing.
I'm in Studio C doing a podcast with Felicia, drinking coffee. Now I got to pee from all the fucking green tea
I
I
love
fucking
it,
drink.
dude.
But we're lucky, man. We're lucky we're here. No, I'm happy that you would do this. today.
Yeah, and you know what? You're lucky that you have time to spend with your mother right now. Seriously.
Oh yeah. I'm not really down on myself, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying,
No,
it feels
yeah.
sometimes these guys work so much, you make you feel like you ain't doing nothing.
You
but-
get a guy right now that's got kids, that's grinding it out at 49, 50, and you grab him by the collar at a barbecue and you go, let me answer something. If I could kill your wife right now.
Oh shit, Joey.
You can go home and live with your mom with those
Yeah.
fucking kids. Would you do it? Each man would look at you and go, live with my mom. Yeah. We'll even give you your old bedroom. We'll put your old trophy back where it stood before, and you can raise your kids. No more wife. Just you, mom, and dad. A big in the garage. You come home. There's food for you. Your laundry's done. You got fresh cookies.
Man, this is good.
How do you
Listen,
want to kill your wife? They would look at you and think about it for 5 minutes. Warm cookies. That'd be the closer.
Oh, warm cookies.
Warm cookies at night though, like 9:30.
Every
Warm
day.
cookies without an argument. Just give me the cookies. You could be in the room naked, whacking off. Moms don't care when you're 50. Tell her
Right.
you're fucking disgusting, and she'll still give you the cookies. Are we gonna kill your wife today? They'll say, let me eat a hamburger and I'll get back to you. They'll think about it. Because that's where it all started, is mom. Who the fuck are you kidding? Any of us at any age, they come to us after everything you've been in your life. Because when they come to you and tell you that, that's when you think about when your mom told you when you were like 10. Someday you're going to miss me, you little motherfucker. Someday you're not going to have me around to pick up your socks.
Right.
What do you think your cunt wife's going to do it? They always talk to you like that. You know what I'm saying? Someday you're going to tell
Has your
me.
mother talked to you like that, Edwin?
What do you think? One of those,
Cunt, but-
what do you think? Yeah, what do you think? Those dirty white bitches you dragging here are going to pick up your socks?
Yeah, how would she say it, Edwin?
How would she say it?
Oh, I don't know, man. They're lazy. Not to do work for you. They can't even cook the dinner. You want that? You want the lazy whore?
10 years,
Wow.
10 years from now, you're going to be looking at your boys. And you're going to look at them at the dinner table, and they're going to aggravate you, and you're going to go off on that speech.
Oh, fuck.
You're going to go, let me tell you something, you
fuck.
little motherfuckers.
Already.
Let me tell you, little motherfuckers. I'm throwing you out, but someday you're going to think of mommy. Watch, because you're going to have a nervous breakdown, and when you least expect it, one day they're going to come home and go, Mom, I got divorced, dog. And Mom, I got to tell you, that day you yelled at me, I'm back. I'll never disrespect you again. I'll pick up my toys. They'll come back. It's natural.
It's different. It's a different relationship at
People
that
don't
point.
realize that. People don't realize that after you've been in a traumatic experience, if you go home and get around that warmth again, you're back. It can save you years of therapy, stupid fucking therapy, talking to somebody. You can just go home with mom and you can figure out where you came back from and what got you. Because moms will bring you back, bro. Moms always do. That's why I hang out with Felicia. She said, look, she's showing me her shoulder. You sexy motherfucker.
Right,
I'll
got that
bite
little pink
fucking
I know.
bone. I'll bite that fucking shoulder right now, you dirty bitch. Look at you. She didn't
All
want us-
right.
she didn't want us-
Terry needs
They
to have
went
the
from
baby
mothers to
soon.
motherfuckers.
Ooh, look at her. She's looking all sexy.
Oh, Joey.
And that I agree though, definitely
It
agree.
really is weird that's when I remember when you moved in with Sean Latham, I said to myself,
Oh yeah.
I looked at my clock.
You lived with Sean Latham?
Yeah,
Yeah,
downtown.
yeah.
And I
For
said,
about
wait till he
a year.
smells the first fart in the bathroom that morning. He'll be running back to his mom's house. Within 4 months, one day he's like, dog, I'm back at home. I was sick. Like, dog, you don't have to tell me you see a man underwear on the floor. It takes, at one age, there's certain age where, like, when you went to college, you could deal with guys'
Right.
dishes in the sink and underwear on the floor
Right.
and cigarette ashes. But there's one day you wake up and you're like, never again.
I'm too old for
And
this.
when you're 40 and you smell a bathroom after you ever go in the bathroom at the airport in the morning? Just walk into the bathroom in the morning and ask yourself, do I want to hang out with men? The shit smell is
Just every
overpowering.
day.
And you smell like all flavors, like all scents and shit. You're like, I would never live with a fucking man, you know? Sometimes I go in the bathroom after my wife is in there and I yell at her for not lighting a fucking candle. Because to walk in the bathroom after somebody takes a shit, like
Good
a surprise
Lord.
attack,
Yeah.
when that shit goes into your lungs and shit, that is fucking... That's a cancer fucking carcinogenic.
Well, you know what? The other day, the tutor came because I have 2 boys, and one of my
Tutor?
boys,
Wait a
right before
minute.
the tutor came, took the biggest, gnarliest dump on the planet Earth. And I walked into the house because I was in the back office working, and I walked into the house and I was like, oh shit, this is bad.
In the house,
And
not the
then-
house.
No, in the house. And so then the tutor came and he had to sit through it. And Paisley, who helps me with the other podcast, she went through it and she's like, oh, it's really bad in there. And then we went back in like 5 minutes later and we were laughing so hard. And the tutor had taken him out on the porch. I was all like,
Which
poor
kid was it?
I'm not going to say
The
who it
younger
was.
one?
I'm not
The younger
saying
one,
it.
it's the younger one. That motherfucker's a savage. And you smell this shit when they're kids,
I
and you're like, oh,
know.
you're trying to decipher it.
Yeah,
Like,
they
as
have
a
man
mom-
shit now. It's man shit.
Yeah,
now.
you start going, what did they eat to get this? You start questioning your own menu. You're like, what the fuck did they
I
eat? They
give
shit
them
like a
this
horse. What are they eating that smells this fucking bad? I mean, it's terrible. Man
Yeah.
shit. And you
Man
got
shit.
one bathroom. You're going to be inhaling 2 boys' assholes. And you're
Shut
fucking
up,
eating.
Joey.
And
Shut
you go in that
up.
bathroom and start dumping and having shit warm.
Shut up,
And you walk in there with your hair all wet and that shit goes into your hair. And now your boyfriend kisses you and it smells the shit on your neck.
Shut
He thinks that you're a
up.
filthy fucking animal. You can't eat your ass that night.
Oh my
Because if your neck
God.
smells like that, what does your ass smell like? You know what I'm saying? You have to assume. I'm just fucking
Right.
saying it. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
I'm just laughing
chronological.
because you're gonna have a baby soon, and you're gonna have your fingers and shit
Listen, let me tell you
all the
something.
time.
And that's that
I will
green
take that
shit.
baby and
Yeah,
put him
that's
outside
that
until his
sticky
mother-
shit, that tar
all
shit.
And
vegetable.
they get it all
Baby
over
tar
themselves. They get it all over
Yeah.
themselves. You turn around to look for the powder and they're playing with it.
Yeah.
They got on their face and shit. That's when I just pick them up and put them outside.
You're gonna have to change the diapers with that apnea mask on.
Let me tell you something. Baby shit, adult shit, man shit, nothing compares to cat shit. When you gotta clean a litter box out, that's when you know your fate in life. I check myself every time I clean a litter box. That's what keeps me grounded. Like fuck podcasts and stand up and movies because I know what I'm going through. All the shit of me robbing and all that shit, that has no impact on my demeanor. When you have to scrape up the cat shit and jiggle it like you're looking for gold at the fucking beach, because that fucking dirt looks like the Jersey Shore sand with shit and cigarettes and stubs and fingernails and syringes.
That's what's in your cat box.
Oh, when I pick up that dog shit, see, because I would never clean the litter box out in the mornings. I always did it at night and in the afternoon to help my wife out. But when you catch them in the morning, after that all night, chasing themselves and shit, they start shitting and that shit comes out. I got one cat that does shit 10, 12 inches. I think a burglar breaks in and shits in my litter box. I even watch them to see who the fuck is shitting like that because this can't be. My wife is pregnant and people are like, how happy are you? I'm fucking depressed because I got to clean the litter box in the morning. I see wrappers and candy wrappers. Those cats eat fucking anything. I'm gonna starve those motherfuckers. You think I'm kidding? I just tried starving them for a few days, no treats, because the smell is horrible. And forget cat piss.
Okay.
Forget cat piss. I snort a Coke that tastes like cat piss. Every time I got a nasal infection, I don't wash my fucking nose. I think they did cut it with cat piss, those douchebags. But back to your mother anyway. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Back to your Catholic mom. I want to talk about this.
Oh
I'm
my
getting heartburn.
God. Someone needs to
a
change the
big-
subject quick.
Anyway.
All right. Well, there you go.
And it's funny, like, you've been going to Catholic church since you were a baby, weren't you?
Yeah.
Religiously. And you had an uncle that was a priest also. That
Right.
recently
I was
passed.
almost went to the seminary myself.
It's fucking crazy
Really?
to
Yeah.
hear.
There was a point where I was celibate. I was like 6, 7 years.
What?
Yeah. Just,
How old were you?
Yeah, what
This was right out of college, so I must have been like 21, 22 till like till I
And
was
you
20.
made it just a choice to be celibate.
Yeah. And then I was studying theology and stuff like that. I was gonna go into the seminary, but I don't know what happened. I think because I was smoking weed, I felt that whole contradiction they felt because it was always bad. It's negative. You can't be doing this and both. So it kind of stopped me, I think. Because I think I was going to mass and you see the priests and they give their sermon and it's like, oh, you see how they're not reaching the people. But it's probably why I gravitated towards doing stand-up comedy now, because I get to talk and speak. And that's why I think why I wanted to be a priest was to do that, I think. But not so much more the other stuff, you know. I don't know. I just never traveled down that road, so I never know what could have been.
I fucking thought about it.
Right, yourself too, right?
I thought about it for a few years on what you had to do, because I didn't give a fuck about the sex part of it, but I like the whole, I don't know, I felt like you could help people as a priest, you know, like I seen the priest in parishes, small Jersey parishes, how
doing things, right?
You know, they're doing things. They don't walk around dressed up with that fucking thing all day, so that takes the edge off. When you see them in their natural environment. Right. This guy used to play basketball with us. We had these motherfuckers that took us to PAL. Dog, we used to get beer, and they never complained or nothing. I mean, I don't know the other side of the negative. I never saw it. I mean, the only complaint I had was they beat me when I was a kid, though. I went to Catholic school when they were allowed to beat you. But the other day I was thinking about it. I remember going to church with my mom after my dad died. I was a little boy, and we would light candles. And you had to put like change in
novenas,
and I would do that with my mom every fucking day.
Right.
Like she would go light candles for my dad's spirit. They believed that. But it's really weird to be raised fucking Catholic.
Right.
Like that's why I think I'm free to talk about it. If I wasn't raised about it, like I don't know, it was the weirdest experience to me, but I didn't know it till recently. I didn't really feel it. You feel weird? You go to church with your mom.
I would go because I had to go at one point, and then it went where I was pretending to go, and I was just getting the bulletin and saying I went. You know what I mean? Then it got to the point where I missed it, and I went and rediscovered. You know, because you get confirmed at an early age, you're still like in junior high school. You know, so you really don't know if this is what you want to do, but it's just a process of doing it. So for me, there's a program called Search, and they get Catholics that are at that age, kind of like, because a lot of Catholics end up leaving and going to other churches because they don't feel like they're getting spiritually fed, because there's a lot of tradition and stuff into it, and you really got to search for it to find, you know, a religious, confidant and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But if you don't work for it and you go to, it's easy to go into another church and another denomination. But to me, it don't matter as long as you believe in God. It's cool, you know. He doesn't judge. You can't judge that one's better than the other. Or when people say, "Oh, you don't know God, you're not gonna go to heaven." It's like, well, I don't know. Who's to say that? God ultimately makes that decision. You know what I mean? What if you're a good person but you don't believe in God or you don't go to church? You know, does that mean you're gonna go to hell? You know, I have a lot of friends that are like that, but they're cool people. I don't think they're gonna go to hell, but some people are just too by the book.
What are the 7 sacraments?
I don't know if I know all of them.
Baptism, Holy Communion,
confession,
confirmation, confession, anointing of the sick, marriage, matrimony,
and religious order, I think.
That's the last one when they read your rights. Fuck, you hit it. I forgot all about confession being a sacrament.
Yeah.
Fucking Edwin's a bad motherfucker.
What? Nah.
It's
woo. No.
It's weird because I was into it, and then I got out of it, and then I got back into it in Boulder. But in Boulder, I noticed that's when I seen the hypocrisy in it. I saw that the guys in the front pews cheating on their wives. What the fuck are you sitting in the front pew with your fucking family for, you piece of shit?
Right.
So I got offended, so I stopped going to that one. And that's the church where Tom McCarthy's daughter and his family used to go. Tom McCarthy was the head coach of CU. I remember once his daughter went crazy, he snapped. He opened up Promise Keepers. Remember the religion Promise Keepers? They were filling up stadiums? That's Bill McCarthy.
All right.
He was a Catholic, and then he became Promise Keepers, a Christian.
Happens, right? Yeah.
And his daughter, they finally put her in the freak relocation plan. She had 4 different kids.
Wow.
With four different football players.
4 different colors.
Yeah, 4 different colors. She had the black. She had Salinesi's kid from Riverside, the Samoan.
Wow.
She had Chad Brown's fucking kid from the Raiders. She had all those kids.
She had Skittles, like.
Yeah, she
was flavors.
That's a filthy fucking.
Well, she's just equal opportunity.
Is it the preacher's daughter? Is that how it comes out to be?
Well, yeah, she was. Then she became a preacher's daughter. She went nuts. But it's funny that right there, I was like, "Fuck this shit." And then I got married, and I was like, "Fuck this shit." But I made my confirmation at 28.
Wow.
Because I got thrown out,
right?
And I wanted to re-get it.
See, I think that's better actually, because you really know what you're really getting into. Yeah.
And then Marilyn died, and once Marilyn died, I've been going back to church. I used to go to Sacred Sacrament, Blessed Sacrament on Sunset on Wednesdays because it was 12 o'clock. I told Felicia it's all Asian. And then it's all Filipino. And I couldn't figure why, because Pacquiao goes there.
Oh,
So
wow.
Filipinos go there at lunchtime to see him.
Right.
But now I go to a church where Felicia took the cover of me for the CD.
Oh, okay.
And it's
Was it in
funny
front of a
because-
church?
Yeah, no, it's
It
in
was
the
in a
church.
church,
There's
yeah.
priest
Yeah.
on the door.
Oh, wow.
We snuck in and
Yeah,
took
we
pictures.
snuck
That
in.
was fun,
That was
right?
fucking-
Puerto Rican style.
I remember telling her that we're gonna take. She's like, I don't know if I can do this. I go, listen, I'm gonna take my jacket and we're gonna run. They were doing shit.
Yeah,
they were
something's
doing
going
shit.
on, yeah.
There was like a little mass that they were rehearsing. We walked in, make believe we were praying. I go, Felicia.
Make
really?
believe?
Yeah, no, we were in there. We were in and
Yeah,
out
we were
quick.
in
Pray while you're there.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is, you know, there's people that just go into church in the daytime and pray.
Right.
It's open all day. You can just
Yeah.
walk in there, kneel
Yeah.
down, pray, light a
Reflect.
candle, put a couple dollars in the thing, get a little blessing.
Do you know that Gamefly.com offers over 8,000 video games? What they do is they send you the disc in the mail, you send it back when you're done playing. This way you don't clog up all the landfills. There's no late fees, no hassles with access to all new releases. It'll work on your PlayStation, your Nintendo, Wii, your Xbox, and now even your PC. And for our listeners, you can get a free 15-day 2-disc trial. That's a $22.95 value. What you do is you go to our website podcast page, which is www.beautyandthebeast.com, and you click on the Gamefly banner. What was the biggest reason why you left?
I think just kind of like having sex, I think it probably was.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, oh, because it's so frowned upon if you're doing that. It's so, and then they, everyone else, parents were giving them condoms because they're worried about sexual, But if my parents would never think of giving a condom because that means you're having sex, and it's like you're not supposed to have sex at all. So I think I rebelled in that, and I went through my whole stage. No, I'm playing.
You're not playing though, right? Afterwards, when you got out of the thing.
Yeah, but I don't
like,
know. I wasn't one to sleep around. I think I just had girlfriends.
Yeah.
And it was still to have someone that I was intimate with it was just wrong. So. But then I was going through a battle and all that, from wanting to be a priest and then not, and then being in love with someone and thinking, oh, is this right or is it not, or should we wait till we get married? And then not being with her anymore, and then just just start having sex. But I don't know.
It's amazing that a blowjob can't fill that void. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes a blowjob can fill the void of religion. Like you're like, fuck, I'm not gonna. It's amazing to stray away. Like it's. I lived by those values for years, and I just blacked out the religion part of it once I started going crazy. I was like,
You have to,
because if not, it's too much. And I had it. I still have it sometimes. I still know, I remember Sister Anna saying, when you see people on the street and they ask you for help them, because when you die, that could be God dressed up. Fuck, that fucked with me.
Wow.
So I always got something in the back of my mind,
Look at all these bums.
this guy coming up to you in heaven going, remember me, you helped me years ago.
That's pretty deep, though.
Here I am. So I always think of it like this. Is it real? Who the fuck knows? Should I think this way? Not for really, but for me, it's something. It was always a curtain. I always knew murder was a fucking mortal sin.
Right.
But murder's a mortal sin, and not going to church on Sunday is a mortal sin. So what the fuck? You got to give me one or the other. You know what I'm saying? If I skip a couple murders, if I skip a couple churches, we're good. If I murder somebody, it was those are the things I didn't understand.
Right.
I didn't understand those
or
wide
venial
things.
sin and a mortal sin. Because
Right.
a venial sin is like, how is that different from a mortal sin? It's lesser, right?
Yeah, it's like cheating on your wife or,
Yeah, but missing masses is mortal sin.
When you stopped then wanting to be in the seminary, did it cause a problem with your family?
No, I think they didn't want me to be in seminary. They were like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm thinking about it." But they were really, because my uncle was a priest, and he was one that I thought would push me towards do it, but he was the one that was most really telling me not to. I don't know what his experiences was, but I think when he got older, before he passed, he was like, felt like he didn't have a family, and when you get older, family is real important. And as far as taking care of, he had no one to take care of him when he was on his way out.
The Catholic Church didn't take care of him?
They had something, but then he changed his order. I think he was from the different diocese or something like that, and he changed diocese. Yeah, he changes the order from religious to, is it secular or something like that? Different type of priest. There's a religious order, secular, and so then he lost his benefits from that. But he still had retirement money. But then all the money he saved from retirement went into healthcare and providing,
Do priests get paid?
Yeah, they get paid.
Very little.
Yeah. It's not nothing, you know.
But they make money on donations. So, let's say, like my mother, whenever she had a thing for the church from my father, she would pay the church and pay the priest on the side, but then she would give the priest like $200 and a bottle of scotch.
Yeah, I remember going to weddings with my uncle a lot. He would get like gigs.
Right, you get gigs.
Yeah.
You get promotional gigs.
Oh, really?
You don't go on the road, but you do go on the road. You know, if you invite me to come over here on Sunday for your kids' barbecue, it's well known you're gonna give me a check for $100. You know, what is it to you? You donate to the church, you know. But if that motherfucker goes to 3 barbecues on a Sunday, that's 3 bills. And if he does, you know, a wedding on a Saturday, you know, he doesn't.
That's the kind of
tax-free.
priest you would have been, right?
Well, where he went to,
house.
I remember my uncle going, they're cheap. I was like, what? I was like,
Yeah.
What? Say that again?
Like he would get that envelope at the end would be in the car and he'd be like, oh, they're cheap. And I was like, oh, what do you mean? Like, you're supposed to be doing it out of goodness because you're doing it, but it was almost somewhere he was like, oh,
Yeah,
only that
you have
much?
to.
Like,
Fuck,
Yeah.
you know, you go to a
What's the
$50,000 wedding, you're gonna give me $100. You already spent $50,000. Throw me $1,000. What the fuck? I'm already in the fucking hole. Let me throw a blessing on the table. Let me throw a blessing on the couple. You know, these blessings are expensive here. Throw
Oh
me a
my
fucking
God.
yardstick.
Can
What
you
the
imagine
fuck?
if Joey was a priest and he took your confession? And you're like, what the fuck?
No, you gotta, I mean, confession is probably the hardest thing because you don't know what to expect. Like, I went through the levels. I went through the fucking levels.
you do face to face or you do behind the
You do behind the thing, and then you have to. I did my communion. I remember working myself up fucking crazy for the communion. You had to wear a suit. You know, you taste the cookie, the body of Christ, and throughout the whole level, I was waiting for something to happen to me.
Okay.
I'm still stealing and still playing with kids. I wanted the Lord to touch me. So after you didn't feel nothing, you're like, this is bullshit. But I continued in it. But then once I got out of Catholic school, I still went on my own for
Okay.
like 2 or 3 years. Then one day I was like, fuck this. It's cutting into my pussy time. It's cutting into my fucking, it's cutting into the time where I live. You know, when you get to be 14, 15, it's tough. It's a tough
Yeah.
sell. Catholic religion, karate's a tough sell. You can have these kids that are black belts from the time they're 6 to 12. But once they get that whiff of that fucking monkey, it's all over. And that's what it is. When you're a teenager, once you get that whiff, you know, there's another way to life. You're like, fuck toys, fuck karate, fuck hanging out the pool. I'm going for it.
It's a distinctive whiff too, huh?
It's a distinctive whiff. When you're a young kid, you know. First you have the whiff of jerking off and sniffing your fingers.
I'm trying to figure out what's a definition and difference between whiff and wang.
Wang is when you're in there deep. You're deep.
Twang.
You're sniffing that motherfucker. I got allergies today, so I can't really sniff. But right now, with this congestion, I could still get a whiff of a monkey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just a little slight
I can't get the full
All right,
patois.
I just wanted to know
I
what
can't
the
smell your kidney, but I can
differences
smell the
were.
outside, the little sweat, the little sweet pea. You know, I get that little fucking patois.
So Edwin, let me ask you this. I don't know. But when you left, did you feel totally guilty? Like, were you like, oh, something bad's good? Did you feel
No.
like any sense of that?
I didn't think. I think maybe I did. That's why I came back. Where I don't know if I left completely. I just didn't. I didn't take communion anymore. Sometimes I would go to mass, but just not receive communion because I felt like I was living in sin. So, but then now I'm back to taking communion. Went to confession. I feel a lot better, But I don't know. I don't think I felt bad or guilty. I think those beginning years before you get the whiff. It's like setting that foundation, and it's established and it's ingrained, and you kind of go out and you experiment and you stray away, and then that's why I think confirmation should be made later, not at an earlier time when you could do it really firmly believing and say, oh yeah, this is what I do believe in.
2 questions for you, Edwin, real quick. Number 1, when you go home and you're watching TV and you're in your house and you hear something about a priest or something, how do you feel?
I don't know. Like if I was an ex-cop and I was watching 21 Jump Street or something.
Like how do you feel? Like whenever I'm at home and I hear something,
like a priest doing that. Oh, like that.
Priest, how do you feel? Like, do your feelings get hurt? Do you block? I block it out because I love the Catholic religion so much. So I'm a hypocrite in a way. I block it the fuck out. I don't want to hear about it because I always focus on the beauty of the religion.
Right. It's just sad because you get a bad rap, but it's, you can't really complain about it because they swept it under the carpet for so many years and years, right? It's like the whole Sandusky thing. But it was just crazy. They would just move priests from parish to parish, but then they would just end up doing it at a different parish, you know. But that's how the church does, because it's to separate from church and state, so they're running their own thing, you know. Like it's coming from Rome, right? From the Vatican and stuff. So they follow all the rules what they're told to do. So if someone gets caught embezzling or doing something like that, they don't lose their what would you call it, priesthood? Mm-hmm. They just get relocated to another parish, and they sweep it under the rug.
You ever see the Pope?
No, I never have. My parents have.
I see the Pope. It was fucking amazing.
You did? Which Pope?
Did you go to?
I have no fucking idea. Pontius Pilate the third. I fucking have no
When
idea.
you were a little
John Paul.
No, John Paul. I went to Yankee
John
Stadium one year with my mother,
Uh-huh.
and I remember, here's my mother selling coke and running a bar and numbers and cursing and drinking, and I'll never forget how strong that image was for her. He was fucking 100 yards away in a thing, and they were carrying
the
him.
Pope-mobile?
Yeah. And I think this is way before the Pope-mobile, but I remember how she felt. And just from what she felt, I got excited. Like I had seen my mother at baseball games curse and yell, "Fuck you, cocksuckers." And here, she was fucking holy for the day. Like throughout all my life, like on Fridays, I always think about the fish soup my mother used to make.
Okay.
Can't replace it. Because my father's family was from Spain. That's their fucking specialty. So my mom got the recipe, and she would take the fish and break it with her fingers. Oh, Felicia. But every Friday, I go to acupuncture on Tuesdays. And on Tuesdays, I don't like no drama in the afternoons.
Right.
Like after I go to acupuncture, I'm done for it. Like I tried to go to the gym yesterday. I had to get off the bike. I can't do it. My body, I drink water and I relax. Right. And I got all those things from my mother. On Good Friday in my house, you couldn't fucking play music.
Shut it down.
As crazy as she was, she wouldn't play music at the fucking bar at Felicia. Like at 9 o'clock, she'd play music. But she wouldn't play music on all those little Christian days. We couldn't do Dick. September 8th, September 24th. Yesterday, I was supposed to do Dick. October 15th, I was supposed to do Dick. December 4th and December 17th is a big one.
The obligation days?
Yeah, those are the obligation days. I can't do Dick. I'm not supposed to do Dick. And I just want to tell you something else. Let me tell you how deep my Jimmy runs. I'm having a baby.
Right.
Felicia's the godmother.
Okay.
And my wife is Christian. They play with snakes in fucking Tennessee, wherever the fuck she's from.
It's like saying fucking Christian in the same
Yeah.
sentence. It's great.
And her parents are something else. But ever since she told me she was pregnant, like a month later, I was like undecisive. I was like, should I baptize her? And I'm like, what the fuck? Because they say the kid is whatever the mother's religion is.
Right.
I don't give a fuck about those snake handling motherfuckers. You follow me? I respect whatever she's on Orthodox, whatever the fuck it is, an Orthodox Christian, and I respect it. But I wanted my kid to be baptized. Don't know why. It was just something. I'll die for it. I'll die. I'll die. Fuck her parents. Fuck everybody. This is what I wanted to do because it's so Spanish and it's so fucking Catholic. I think listen, bro. You can look through 1,000 fucking movies. I told Felicia, the baptism in The Godfather is one of the most brilliant scenes because they ask him, do you oppose the devil? And he's like, yeah. Meanwhile, you just see people getting shot, and it's just so strong. But in our religion, the baptism, like I'm going all out for my baptism.
Are they going to ask me that?
Fuck yeah. Do you oppose to Satan?
Yeah, you reject
and all of a sudden
Satan.
you're going to look at them and go, I oppose Satan, but I love cock. And in my world, it's the same motherfucking person. Cock and the devil. Put a cape on him and dress that motherfucking red.
Right.
But
interesting that you should choose me to be the godmother. Very interesting.
Well, no.
Well, you don't reject Satan?
No, she rejects Satan. But it's funny because it just meant so much to me.
Right.
The one part of she's somebody in this world.
And your wife's okay with it, right? She's
okay with it, but I'll shoot her. Like I'll wait for somebody to come up to me at a barbecue and say, "Hey, you can live with Edwin's mother."
Yeah, right.
If you kill your wife, fucking lumpia and fucking pigeons flying around. I'm in, bitch. But no, she's got to be okay with it. This is what we do. This is part of who I am. Plus, if anything ever happens to the baby, she got Felicia. There's two things to that Godfather thing. It's a beautiful thing. My Godfather, I learned so much from him that it was beautiful. I always knew that this guy had no commitment to me. He's not my blood, but he has to love me. He made a commitment to Jesus. that he has to love me no matter what the fuck happens. Like, that's the biggest commitment you can make in the world, to pick up a kid and take him to the movies when he don't belong to you. You know what I'm saying? A fucking pain-in-the-ass kid when he's 4 or 5. But it's a work in progress. As a Catholic, I always thought. It's just, that's what it's about. It's loving people you have no bond to. You know, I have to love you. You're my brother. But I don't have to love Felicia, but I do. She's not my sister or blood. So that's why I just want to do it. So I want to let you know.
It even brings you guys together, like.
Yeah, no, this is a weird thing. This is, people have no idea the bond that it connects, and that's what I wanted. I wanted my kid to see the bond, because I learned so much from it. I learned that you have to live and die. You have to live and die for fucking people. Something happens, there's no argument. You know, when you're a godfather to a child, there's no fucking argument.
Yeah.
This is it. This is. So
We call it ninong. That's the term.
See,
ninong.
it's fucking
And ninong.
tough.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
big, yeah.
Did your mother come from the Philippines?
Yeah, she came.
She
She
came
was
right-
from Manila,
Uh-huh.
and my dad was too. Just different provinces.
Yeah. Did they meet here?
No, they met over there, and my dad was in the Navy, so that's how we became citizens. We were born citizens because my dad was in the U.S. Navy.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, and then we were born all over the world. Like, my brothers were born in Guam, and my sister was in West Virginia, and then I was born in Taiwan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I was made in Taiwan.
Look at that. Look at that with cracking jokes at lunchtime.
Have you ever been to Guam?
I've been to Guam, yes.
Yeah, I did comedy there once in Guam with Robert Schimmel.
Oh yeah, I did
Yeah.
it there too. It's cool, huh?
Yeah, it was really beautiful.
Where'd you play it? Was it the Hilton or one of the hotels?
It was at one of the hotels. Yeah, it was at one of the hotels, and then
Did you get to snorkel and stuff like that?
I snorkeled
Isn't
with
it so
Robert
cool?
Schimmel. Isn't that weird? And I have a video somewhere of Robert Schimmel playing the piano with his nose, this grand baby piano in the hotel lobby or somewhere with his nose. I should bust that
He's
out.
so great, man.
Yeah,
I'm
gonna
it's
bust that
amazing
out.
that he's dead.
I can't
I
believe
seen
it.
his
Huh?
picture in Baltimore, and I was like, I thought of one of his jokes. I was giggling to myself. So all those
Talk
years
about adversity, though. He went through so much stuff, right?
Yeah, he
From
did.
getting sick and then getting divorced.
Then he hooked up with his fucking daughter's friend.
I
He
don't
was
know.
a savage. That's the way to do it. He said, fuck it. If I'm going to go down, I'm going down with
Man.
a 21-year-old.
That'd be the worst way to go down, though.
It
Oh,
really,
my God.
really fucking is. What else is
He
going
told
on
me
in
a
your
funny
life?
story, a Dat Fan story. He was
He
like,
did?
yeah, Robert Schimmel. When we were at the Improv in Irvine, and Frank Kelly introduced me. I got to meet him. It was cool. And then he was, oh, you're Asian, no? He's like, you know, Dat Fan, that fuck. And I was like, what? But I guess we were in New York, and he ran into him, and Dat Fan was telling him, oh, yeah, you should try out for Last Comic Stand. They have, like, auditions coming up, and I think you'd be good at it. Like, Dat Fan was telling him that, and he was like, you didn't know if he was joking, or... Because, like, you know, Robert was kind of, what? Like, does this guy know who I am? Or... But it was just so hilarious when he was telling me that, because he was fired up about it, you know? But it's just some comics that are ignorant or blind or just going through it. Like, how embarrassing. Going up to someone like that, to me, he's, wow, Robert Schimmel. Like, when I met him, I was really, like,
I was really impressed. too.
impressed,
Like,
yeah. And
I
a
was-
Class A guy, too, man. Like, and I was like, but for Dat Fan to say that, it was hilarious.
Well, you can't know everybody.
What's up, Felicia Michaels? What do you got planned the rest of the week?
Oh,
You going to Alaska
I'm
some
going
next week,
to
cocksucker?
Alaska next week, and that'll be fun. And I've been working on the She Said What podcast with Danielle Stewart, and that's been very interesting. You know, to try to figure out
The mechanics.
the mechanics of it, because we're doing it on Ustream at Sundays at 6 Pacific Standard Time, and then we're turning that into the podcast, and so it's been interesting to
It's interesting.
kind of figure it out. Someone tweeted me today, would a guy enjoy listening to it? And I'm like, give it a little taste, and he liked it. I mean, so it is what it is, but it's a lot of fun, and Danielle's fucking awesome.
Danielle's awesome.
Yeah.
I know Danny.
yeah.
Danny Stu.
Danny Stewart.
She used to be
The
a
Danny
waitress
Stu.
at the Laugh
at
Factory.
the Laugh Factory, right? Years ago.
Yeah.
So she's cool. I like her too.
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
And you're doing that show every week on Sundays.
Every week on Sundays. Well, like, one Sunday I'm not gonna be able to do it, but then she's gonna host it. So
Okay.
yeah, so it's cool. Yeah.
And then you're going to download it on iTunes.
And I just downloaded the first one on iTunes.
And it's
so
up?
It's up.
All
It's
right.
called She Said What. I'm trying to get Mike Maxwell to make the artwork for it. He said he might do that.
Okay.
Fingers crossed on that.
I must owe Mike Maxwell $10,000.
Really?
Between you and him, I owe you each $10,000.
Oh, stop it.
It's fucking
Stop
amazing.
it.
Like that.
What do you got going on, Edwin? What's in the future for Edwin San Juan?
I got the Ventura Comedy Club coming up next week or the end of the month, and then I'm going to the Middle East, man.
You are?
Yeah, Saudi Arabia.
When are you
With
leaving?
Gabriel?
No, this time I'm going back on my own. I'm on
Nice.
November 14th, 15th, and then they're adding more shows. Like Ahmed found out I was gonna be there, so he's gonna do some shows out there too. So he's trying to add me to the bill. So I think I'm picking up
nice.
like 6 or 7 more shows. We're gonna be like in Kuwait and Egypt, Cairo,
Wow.
Riyadh, Khobar, all the hot zones.
Are you scared when you go over there?
Kind of, man. You know, everyone's on the business side is like, don't worry, nothing to worry about. But all my family, they didn't want me to go, and they're telling me not to. And but the money's right. Like, the money is like, but then you may feel like, wow, am I selling my life for this much money only?
A grenade to your fucking head. But hey,
But
you
hey.
still die with a flag over you, you'll be an American.
Yeah.
Finally,
So,
you finally, it's fucking beautiful.
it's amazing just to travel around the world, or just to travel in general to see other people is when you learn. The
We're
most.
so lucky we get to do that.
Yeah, right?
I went a couple years ago to Iraq and Kuwait, and just when you go there and you see how other people live, and as a woman, how you're treated, like
Ooh.
if you're not with a man, other men cut in front of you because they're,
You're less than them.
you're less than them. It's true, yeah. And then
Women aren't allowed to drive.
yeah, and then when I went and did comedy, I've told Joey this before, but when I went and did comedy in Iraq, and you would go into these little enclaves where they would have 250 soldiers, whatever they're
Right.
called.
FOBs, forward operating bases. like
Yeah,
this one.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly,
Uh-huh.
right. And then you're doing comedy, and then there's a woman there because they have people that help support that forward operating base, I guess. And but those are like social outcasts, and to know that I'm standing in front of 250 of the least educated and strongest, youngest people in
Right.
America, and I can say whatever I want, and then she leaves, and she has to cover her head. I saw her covering her head and stuff, and it was like, that's a trip that I get positive feedback for doing that, but she could never ever do that, and for her to see that, can you imagine that?
Yeah, right.
That's
She's
crazy.
probably like, bitch, under her breath. Boy, she's
Hack.
different from me. Yeah, right. I said that a long time ago in my bedroom.
One of the neatest things about Edwin, and our friend Derek is here from Tainted Visions, is he's a fucking geek at heart. We were doing
yeah.
stand-up live, and we were going up to the room to meet the guy from Ozone Motley. And Edwin goes, let's go to my room. We go to Edwin's room. He's got fucking the Hulk dolls in there, fucking Spider-Man masks. He's one of those guys.
Oh, really?
He's the real deal. This guy goes to Comic-Con. My brother George said at the end of the night he had sperm all over him. He was coming on himself at the stand. Ooh, it's Spider-Man. Let me whack off on my neck. You love all that shit. So now you got Derek here. Derek, what do you got? What do you got at Tainted Visions that's new down there from?
Whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, they did the licensing for Bruce Lee. So
Yeah,
there's a whole
okay.
bunch of new figures. And yeah.
I'm a boner right now. Bruce Lee, what?
Yeah. And then just did New York Comic Con was last weekend.
Yes.
Right, that's
So
what
those
seen all the
exclusives will be
pictures.
coming through. Yeah.
this week is Toronto.
Yeah. They're always back to
Yeah.
back. They're getting
Do
bigger
you
and
go to
bigger.
those?
We used to go to San Diego, but
Uh-huh.
it takes a lot out of you. It's a
Yeah.
huge trip,
Fucking
and it's like
4 days, man. My brother does it. He's got a bucket.
Yeah.
He's got a stand,
Yep.
George.
Yeah.
And by the time he leaves, he goes, man, that's fucking rough.
yeah. By that 5th day, it's 150,000 people in
that's
San
crazy.
Diego, and then New York is growing exponentially every year. So
And you go for the costumes that people wear. Some of them are just ridiculous. It's
yeah,
so
the people
funny.
watching there is amazing.
Yeah, it's great
incredible.
stuff, man.
Wow, I need to go.
I seen a Silver Surfer dude, and he had like a whole like leotard, and it was all silver, but he's carrying an ironing board. And he had painted his head silver, but it was like ripping on his butt, so like his butt cheeks were coming out too. But he was all fat and out of shape, and I was like, man, dude, the Silver Surfer let himself go.
Yeah, that was in San Diego?
Yeah, San Diego.
Yeah, we were laughing about New York is because at least there, New York, they got to ride the subway home.
Oh man,
He's got to walk, or he's got to hail a cab with holding that stupid ironing board.
I would
Or what if someone's getting mugged and you're got Captain America? And they're like, Captain America! You're like, oh man,
Like an
let's go
asshole.
to Comic-Con.
Man, I'm hungry. I've been walking around at Comic-Con all day. You're on your own,
Throw a
cocksucker.
plastic shield or something.
For all the hope.
Yeah.
What's the most expensive thing you ever bought at Comic-Con?
I don't know if so much. Comic Con, I try to go for the things that are exclusive to Comic Con, like the little pieces that they have. You got to stand in line for. But most of the stuff that I buy are like at places at your comic book stores, or when I'm on the road. Like I look at the lunch pails you have here, you know, it's pretty cool. So when I'm on the road, I find all the comic book stores and I like to check them out and see what's up. So then I remember, I got this in San Antonio, or I got this in, you know, so it adds a little more to it. Like you could probably point out your lunch pails and know where you got the Planet Apes when you did Africa. Like
right, I have a flipper one I got in Sacramento, in Old Town Sacramento, like for $40. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
right?
I remember some of them. Yeah.
I had that yellow submarine one.
You did?
You did.
Wow, that's a good one, Joey. That's worth a lot of money.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Is that you think the most expensive one right there, or no?
No, I have another yellow submarine. No, I have another regular Beatles lunchbox, and then I have a bunch of dome ones. Like I have an original Star Trek, but it's not in great shape. And I have a Lost in Space that's in decent shape, you know. But yeah.
You still have it, or is it lost?
I have it.
Space?
I
It's a
have
family affair. That was my favorite show growing up. Buffy,
Yeah.
Jodie, and Sissy. And
Yeah.
Buffy's missing, I think. Or Jodie's
It's
missing.
addicting, right? Collecting and stuff like that.
it's
No, it
really
can
nice.
be super addicting.
And then sometimes they repackage the same toy, but now it's a different card. Like, I don't have this card. I gotta get the back. Like, or there's a special commemorative coin. Now I have to get this one, but it's the same piece.
Have you actually ever had a boner over finding something? Does that actually happen?
Yes.
Yeah.
He does,
Oh
for
man,
sure.
yeah. You know, you start knowing when the toy store's open and what days are truck days, like Toys R Us, and and you start meeting staff there, and then you get their number and they
That's
text you, Marvel Universe is in. And then you're the first one waiting at the door with all the other nerds and geeks, and then the staff in there laughing at you because like it's 5 minutes before the store opens and you're waiting in front of Toys R Us. Like, come on, man, come on.
Jonesing.
Yeah, 40, 30-year-olds running to the fucking spots to try to get the toy first. You know, then if you get the cool thing, you're walking around the store holding it. While all the other kids are looking at you like, what do you got? And you're like, man, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That is frightening.
Yeah,
That is
that'd be
frightening.
crazy.
I hope
That's
I
so
never
geeky.
witness that.
When I was like 11 and 12, I collected the Fantastic Four.
Mm-hmm.
That was my shit. And I liked Silver Surfer. But it was great because I forget what his name was, De Palma or something. He did it. You ever go into somebody's house and have like a front lawn like that? Like he did it there, so he would bring the boxes out, and we go in there and tell him, De Palma, we're looking for Superman 1. He's like, got it right here. When he would turn around, we'd just rob him. We'd take all those comic books, poor guy, for years. And then we'd take him to the Comic Cons. This was before they were Comic Cons. There was something else in New York City, and we'd sell them and buy. But I was a Silver Surfer motherfucker. I love that
was
cocksucker.
great.
Oh, I love.
What's your favorite character?
Spider-Man, I would have to say, is my favorite.
Really?
Because he was like, punk kid, teenager. He had problems and that, bully picking on him.
Yeah.
He liked girls. He worked as a photographer. I'm Asian. Just fit.
Well, my son, from the very beginning, like since he could walk, Batman. For him, everything Batman. Yeah.
I was a Batman guy too. I was a Batman guy till the Green Hornet beat him up. Remember when they had that episode in the stamp factory?
Oh, okay.
They fought Bruce Lee, fucked Robin up.
Oh, yeah.
Fucked him up. And after that, it was like
Bruce
Batman.
Lee and Robin.
Fuck that punk. Bruce Lee and then the Green Hornet got canceled, and I was done. I was like, fuck.
I was into Conan the Barbarian.
Oh,
I had a number one Conan the Barbarian. I used to go to the 7-Eleven in Fountain, Colorado every time one came out, and I would buy one. I don't know what happened to it. Isn't that weird? That's random,
Crazy
right?
woman
That's the
too.
beast in you. Like
I know.
savage.
I know.
It was. I remember I was hooked on models, and I used to build everything, ships, whatever they had. But one of my favorite was the superhero models, and the Hulk was the hardest because he was breaking through a brick fucking wall. That motherfucker. So you had to build the bricks, then connect them with the glue to the fucking brick wall, and hope he wouldn't fall off. But I got it. I paint them. I used to do everything. I loved Captain America with the shield. I wish I would have stayed a geek. Nah, I don't give a fuck about the superheroes. They could all suck my dick. You know what I'm saying?
Just that they made the Avengers. That movie is crazy. Just putting all those characters together.
It's
Yeah.
amazing. It really
I
is.
had a boner over that when I
Yeah.
heard that they were doing it, and then I was like, "Oh, what?" And they got good actors in it too, because you see that the attempts they've made in the past of Fantastic Four was like terrible.
Yeah, it was terrible.
The first ones,
So if you're with a
Bad
lady,
force.
is it required that she also participate in this hobby?
Well, I don't know. The last girl I was with, she worked at Toys R Us. I was like, what? You were here to the rest.
That's why he started dating her, yeah.
Really?
Dating the dealer, yeah.
That is addiction, my friend. That is some
he goes on
addiction
Match.
behavior.
Yeah, you got. I got you.
He goes on Match.com and looks for chicks that work at comic book places.
I'd be checking people's Facebook for occupation.
Have you ever dated someone that was really into it as much as you were into it?
No, not really. I think this last person that I was seeing was probably the closest. Like, she went with me to Comic-Con and stuff like that, and it was kind of cool.
It's amazing how girls, when they break up with you, they'll tell you, like, you know what?
I never fucking liked it.
That's true. That's
Fuck
true.
you and Aquaman. You understand?
right.
You go fuck yourself.
I get fuck you, Aquaman, and your mama.
Yeah, once you go fuck Aquaman in the ass, see if he'll let you fuck him in the ass. Women get pissed off with all that shit.
Can I tell you what I did?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, no.
I
Did you burn and destroy
so I was
collection?
dating someone and they broke up with me the second time, and I was just like, I have to burn this to the ground now. So he goes, "What are you doing now?" And I go, "I'm gonna go meet this guy that looks just like you, but with a better body."
The guy's sitting there going, what the fuck did I do to deserve this shit?
I know. You break up with me twice in public. That's what you fucking get.
In public? So it's like at a restaurant?
I said it with a smile on my face, and I kind of pretended I was joking, but I was fucking serious. When a girl gets that pissed, oh, not good, right, Joey Diaz?
What are you going to do? You know what I'm saying?
The vagina on the
When a
prowl.
guy gets that pissed, I put sugar in a bitch's gas tank. You know,
You
so,
did?
Yeah, you get pissed sometimes when somebody fucks with you. Like, I'm going to fucking make that bitch break down to 405. You know what I'm saying? That's a motherfucker right there. She leaves
sugar
work
in
at
your gas
5.
tank.
By 5:30, that sugar gets into that carburetor. Done. The car is done. You'll be out there fucking beeping. People beeping at you.
On a day like this, 100.
Fuck you, you fucking whore.
Shit.
And you're sitting out there, what's
wow.
wrong with my car? You put cellophane, you get I told you, saran wrap. That's all you got to put in somebody's gas tank.
Wow, have you ever done anything like that to a girl?
No,
anything
I
mean?
don't think I've done anything like that.
No, I've never done that.
That's
I've
karma.
done that to guys.
Oh, you've done that to guys? I thought you said you
Yeah.
did that to
No,
girls.
I put sugar in the girl's gas tank because she threw my fucking clothes away. I had to do something. I couldn't just
Yeah.
sit there hurt.
Yeah.
But I would never. But a friend of mine taught me one time. We did it to a guy one time. If he used to be a hit guy, so that's how he hit him. He put cellophane in their car, and the car stops. When the car warms up, the cellophane spreads, and it goes over the fuel injection. So there's no gas. So the car keeps stalling. And then you have to wait for the car to fucking cool off before you drive it. But after 6 miles, that shit's around. They can't even figure it out at the car dealership unless they take the gas tank off. You put cellophane in somebody's car, it's all over. See, that's the beauty
like a
about
ball
listening
of
to Beauty and the Beast.
Everyone got real quiet.
Instead of
Edwin just took a pencil out, some
push it
paper.
down with the stick,
Yeah.
and then when they put gas over it, it'll go right down into the thing. They start that car up.
Just dissolve it.
And he figured it out, like how long it could go before the car heated up. And that's how he would get you. Once your car breaks down, he'd shoot you. Brilliance. And they can't figure out why your car died. And if somebody fucks you, you want to fuck with them, they can't figure it out. Even at the service station, they'll pull it, they'll check the gas tank, they'll clean the hoses. There's nothing wrong. Once they take the gas tank out and clean it,
flush
a
the
little
whole
ball
thing.
of cellophane will fall out. A little something from us to you. A little something for the real motherfucking killers
Well,
and killers
it's-
out
it's
there.
not-
Right? That's why they hire criminals to help with
That's it.
investigations and
That's
stuff
it.
like that. Because
That's
they
why you
know
have to
they
do
think
it.
that
That's
way.
Thank you guys for coming by. If you guys have liked the past hour of discussion, why don't you do us a big fat favor and go to our iTunes at Beauty and the Beast and leave a nice little comment, because that helps keep us up in the hot list, and this way other people can find out about us. And as you know, Joey does his Church of What's Happening Now, which is fucking killing it. That's really doing great, your
We're on the
podcast.
What's Hot list of Beauty and the Beast, so, and we'll know whether or not we got nominated
Yes.
this week. A lot of people
Yeah.
hit us up. If you voted,
shit.
thank you very much from the bottom of my heart, man.
Yeah. That's interesting.
That's very
I'm
interesting.
very
Let's
curious
see
how
what
that,
happens.
that'll...
The podcast
happen.
festival was this week. I saw the pictures, just egos. They got it and let you go. You want to go down there
I
and
wanted
be
to go
free.
down there, and Joey's like,
Fuck
"Don't
out
you
of it.
dare,
Don't you
cocksucker!"
dare go down there. We don't belong. They don't invite us and put us on the fucking list. and we could do a podcast, but we don't want to go hang out with those fucking mutts for.
I don't know why people don't want to invite us.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
They're
fuck
sleeping
them.
right now. They don't
they're
realize
sleeping.
it.
They had the
Yeah.
same regulars,
Yeah.
with their cute little mustaches. Who gives a fuck?
Anyway,
Blah,
and
blah.
also if you're looking to buy anything off Amazon, we also have a banner on our website, an Amazon banner. Click on that, and that's just an accounting that we'll get a penny for. And it's so nice to see you again and
Derek
to
and the
Yeah, thank
Dominoes.
you.
yeah
Thank
to
you.
talk with you. And we had such a great conversation at the coffee place.
Yeah.
And if you want anything for Christmas, go to Tainted Visions. Is it art.com or .com?
We bought them all. So
Yeah.
taintedvisions.com.
Yeah.
Division Art.
Oh,
Yeah.
you bought the whole thing.
They got
Yeah.
shit. They got shipping all over the fucking world, by the way. So if you live a hut in Beirut and you can't
Right.
get rocks thrown at you, fucking Derek will get
We
there
got
with
you.
his stuff. We got you.
And you know what's funny is Joey did a commercial for you guys at Christmas, and
Yeah.
it is so fucking funny. You're so funny, Joey.
Have a good time with you guys. All right, thank you very much, guys.
Oh,
Stay
thanks for
black. We
having
love
me.
you, Felicia.
Thank you.
Mwah.
Don't forget about me. That's it.